We're down here at Tricky's gym in Blackrod.
Yeah.
Hence Blackrod Amateur Boxing Club, which is this gym is both, isn't it?
Yeah, the gym's like the business side of it, and then obviously we have the boxing club out of it as well. So.
Because even when you were professionally boxing, you were still always coaching as an amateur, weren't you?
Yeah, I'd say 2011 we was at the church up in Blackrod under the started that with another lad, Stu Greaves. He set that up, and then he asked me to come along, give me a bit of help, obviously with my knowledge and stuff like that, and then we just built from there. And he's took a step back now because he had other things like obviously family, a couple more kids, and he was doing a lot of Ironman stuff and things like that, so he didn't really have the time. So I decided to come down here, get this place, and run it as a business as well.
Because this is your second home, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I'm here pretty much every day, so yeah, Sundays off.
I was. It was a bit sad really, because when I first met you, you'd already. You're already very successful. I think you were 18-1, something like that. I think I met you just after the Bradley Price fight, which was your return to winning ways. Could you?
Yeah, well, no, that was after obviously going to Germany on Klitschko Bill,
which is a very dubious decision, wasn't it?
It was a draw, majority draw. You know, it's like out there fighting, you've got to knock them out for get a draw over there, but won 8 or 9 rounds out of 10, and that's what happened. They give it a majority draw. Yeah,
that's what I got told from everyone. That it was a really not a. Sometimes it's just a decision, but that wasn't.
Exactly. Yeah. It were obviously it was on the ESPN, and Ian Dark and Richie Woodall were commenting on it and saying it does nothing for boxing in Germany, because it was just a blatant. That was
a common occurrence in them days as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then they say that was like you then picked up a bad injury, didn't you? A bad shoulder injury.
I mean,
kept you out for a couple of years.
2 years. 2 years. I had a bad injury on my shoulder. I had to go for an op, and took 2 years, and that was straight after the Bradley Price fight. And I was up there in the rankings then. I think it was ranked number 2 behind.
Was that at welterweight as well then?
Well, it was up at light middle that.
Yeah.
Because obviously we had the fight at. The last one at welter in Germany, and then we stepped up to.
So the 2 years you out made you have to come back.
I stepped up for the
Price fight.
Yeah. So I think we did short of 11 stone for that. So then obviously it put me out for 2 years. Couldn't lift my arm up. Had the operation, and then we're just rebuild from there. And obviously with a bit of bad luck and a few shit decisions. It's.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I mean, your last fight against a kid doing really well now, Jimmy Kelly, who's doing really well then as well. I think he'd only had the one defeat, and that was Talim Smith for the world title. Wasn't it?
I mean, Jimmy's a good boxer, and he's a very good boxer. I thought I'd won the fight. That was obviously my last fight in MEN.
I think that was I was looking back on your record, and you fought on some great cards, though, didn't you?
Oh,
on the undercard of some. I mean, that last fight of yours, Nicola Adams made a debut, didn't she?
Yeah.
And I think Liam Smith, who's got a big fight in a few weeks, had his first fight with Liam Williams.
Yeah. Obviously the Klitschko undercard's the one that
again over in Germany. Yeah,
being chief support for him, but then obviously been on like the Khan Diaz fight where. Deontay Wilder come over. I was chatting to him in offices in Bolton when we were doing a bit of a promo day and stuff like that, and he was fighting Aldi Harrison on that show, weren't he? Yeah, first round knockout for Deontay Wilder. Yeah, so you meet some great.
In fact, I was in. He was training down at the Marriott gym when he come up for the press conference. He'd gone in the Marriott, and I was a member of the Marriott, and he was in there. Well, he'd been in there, but I was ended up talking to his coach. And he was a brilliant talker, wasn't he? And he made me believe that he was going to do something special. He let me down again. That's boxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But going right back to where it all started for you. You were a very good amateur as well, wasn't you?
Yeah, I did quite a lot amateur. Had quite a lot of fights. Started, believe it or not, there's a little picture on thingy there. We started at Tommy Battle's gym in about 7 or 8, something like that, in Halliwell, you know, at the mill.
Yeah.
And then we went over to Chorley, and just progressed from there. I'd probably about 50 odd fights.
But you boxed on England and all,
we
didn't
boxed,
you?
went up, won national titles, ended up boxing at Four Nations, won silver in there, and then boxing at European Games, lost against the kid who went on to win it, some Turkish lad, very strong kid, and then I ended up joining the army, and then a couple of years later ended up picking it back up in there, had another close to 30 fights in the for the army boxing team, had some good names fighting there, and then come out and decided to turn pro. Yeah, that's pretty much the way I did it.
Yeah, no.
I had a
like
little bit of a gap, which weren't ideal, but
well, like I said, you know, you were still suffering a little bit from that injury when I first met you, but you were arguably one of the sweetest boxers I used to watch. You know, everything was just perfect and correct. There was nothing flashy, nothing showboaty. A bit like a slightly smaller version of Jack Armfield, you know, lovely boxer. We've got another kid, Luke Evans. Your feet are always in the perfect place. You know, you're always busy with the jab. Your movement was wonderful. You were always a joy to watch, mate.
Yeah. Cheers. Obviously, from a young age, get drilled into you. And I mean, Charlie was a bit like regimental as well. Obviously, a bit like the army, it was just regimental, and you got everything drilled into you, and that was it. There were no music on it, Jim. There were no talking. There were no this. If you drop your hands, you'd get a clout. Everything like that. If you weren't moving your feet, things like that. You'd get a whip on the back of your legs and stuff like that. Everything.
But I'm glad you invited me down today because you said there was a bit of sparring on. Is it always this hammered? Because it was absolutely hammered today.
It's usually busy. I mean, like we had nearly 30 in on Monday. Wednesday, busy again. Today, obviously, we had a few clubs down for sparring, but
and some great old faces here. Your old coach and Carl Ince down here.
Try and keep in touch with them
his
all.
son, little
Bo's doing a bit. It's good to.
Does Bo box out of here then as well?
He boxes out of here. Bo's boxing out of here. A few of the ones that train up there, they box out of here. A bit like a couple of like Shane's lads, they box me until they get affiliated. Just obviously we're one big family because we've all done it as a pro.
But that's what I'm saying. But it really is. Well. You know, all those kids that when I used to come to Preston, Blackpool way to Carl's place. It was a fantastic place because it was just in the middle of nowhere, and he had this shed there, and he had everything you wanted. And when it was summer, it was lovely. I never visited in winter, but it was a special place, wasn't it? And this place, I mean, it's deceivingly big.
Yeah. It's all right. We've got obviously the big room in there, and this room, which is ideal because keep all the parents away in the office, let them watch on cameras in there, don't let them get involved, and. The ones that are doing drills in there stops them obviously just stopping, watching sparring, so it's happy that we've got this separate room to
no, it's a brilliant setup, mate, brilliant setup, and really, like I say, really enjoyable today. And like I say, another old training mate of yours, Chris Johnson, was down here.
Yeah, John over here, he's training a few lads up at Carl's, that's where he's training, up at Carl's gym, but he's been working with John for quite a few years now. A few of his lads have been boxing for me for quite a while. There's some good lads. Alex is a decent kid. Little Scott's doing well now.
And you've got a kid who's fighting in the championships, because I'm going to be filming the youth championships. That's the next national competition to go ahead. I think it starts this Sunday. And hopefully, I think the finals at the end of the month.
The prelims this Sunday, and then obviously I've got 3 in the semis next Sunday at 1:40.
So I met one of them today. That was Umar Khan. Who else?
Umar Khan, yeah. Jack Doran, he was sparring for Urd lad, the blonde-haired lad. Had a bit of a bust up with Connor then near the end. Jack got to semi-finals at nationals last year. Right. He was on the England development team, so he's heading in the right direction. Umar was on the England development team for trials and stuff like that. Didn't quite get there, but in his last 8 fights, he's beat like 3 or 4 national champions, and he's unbeaten in his last 8 or 9 fights. So he's going in the right direction.
Confident for him going in this year?
Yeah, I'm confident this year. Yeah, I'm hoping he goes all the way, definitely.
Yeah,
he's definitely got the talent.
It's like I say, it's been really good today down here, but I can't believe. Have you got OCD? Because this place is immaculate, mate.
Well,
I know it's a bit messy now.
Well, we're open to the public in the day, doing fitness classes and everything like that. So I've got to try and keep on top of it. Yeah, that's it.
I always thought.
Can't be like an old school boxing gym.
Well, I always thought Arnie Parnell, if you ever go down to his gym, he's honest, mate. He's spotless.
Yeah.
And I would have said he's just a club, but I must admit, you're going to give him a run for his money in this place, mate.
Yeah, I've got to do it.
It's beautiful.
Got to do it. We've got to keep them monthlies coming in.
And really well equipped as well, mate.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But we've got all the equipment there. Obviously, been putting them through. Some nights we do just fitness and that, so we've just got to put them through that hard graft, and we've got enough equipment there for it.
Yeah, and how many coaches help you here there? Because there's quite a few down here. I know there was a few coaches. Majestic was down here. You brought them down.
Yeah.
There's another club, obviously.
John O's a lot were here. Majestic were here. We're good partner clubs with Majestic. We work with them quite a lot. We went to Portugal on a box cup with them in. I think it was September, just gone October time, something like that. We took 4 lads over there and got 4 gold medals, so they all did well. But yeah, our coaches have got Mike Linfoot, his lad boxes, Charlie, who's in there tonight. He's a massive help. He's up in the country with me every time championships are on.
Well, who was the guy in there with the beard?
That's Ian. He's a great help. He's come along. He used to come along and obviously. Do the fitness classes and stuff with us, and he started helping the kids and that, and very motivational for the kids and stuff like that. So I just put him through his level 1, and he's been thriving since. He loves it, loves working with kids and helping them out and everything. He's a great help. We've got young Tyler who's Tyler used to box for us about, I don't know, maybe about 7 years ago. The young lad with the blonde hair, you were knocking about in there. You may have seen that, but he used to box for us 7 years ago. Good little boxer. And then he stopped, and he's come back and he wanted to do a bit of coaching. So he helps the lads. He's got on pads and that, and helps them out that way. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it's massive. Take my hats off to him because. They don't get paid, and they're here 3-4 nights a week. So you know what I mean. Can't thank them enough. Massive,
you don't get paid either.
Oh no, I don't get paid, but it pays me when they're in there and they've got a smile on their face when their hand gets raised.
I was speaking to Shane, hence why I'm down here as well, because you cropped up in the conversation with that. Would your ambition further down the line is to take some of these kids to the pro game?
Yeah, of course. That's like the natural progression. Obviously, doing an amateur and then being a pro myself. I know both games, and then you've got to, when you're teaching amateur, you've got to strip them back to basics, everything, and then obviously down the line when they want to turn over, I'll get my licence with them myself and then continue that journey with them. Especially
so hopefully in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And
yeah,
I'll be
definitely.
hopefully chatting to you on the pro shows.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to pass them on. Learn my trade again. That's it.
Yeah.
Go back to amateur coaching, learn your trade again, and then go back to pro coaching. I mean, I've been doing amateur for 11 years now, so and then obviously it's natural progression, go to pro. And,
it'd be sad. To let all that hard work that you do with these young kids go to waste. And it seems like you've got a lot of talent here. I see you at the shows, at the amateur shows on the film and the championships, and you've always surprised me because I've seen a lot of your lads and didn't really know of them before, but I knew them after they fought because I knew they'd been taught by you. You've got beautiful skills, man. Really good skills.
There's some great lads here. They all if they're going to put the effort in for me, I'll do it for them. That's it. That's the thing. I mean, we've got everyone's got them in every gym. The ones that are just home show boxers, pretty much stuff like that. But the ones that are dedicated and that listen and want to put the effort in.
Do you put many home shows on?
Yeah, we do 4 a year.
Right.
We do 4
Where do you hold them at?
Just at Adlington Community Centre down the road. It's quite a decent size for it. We fit quite a few 200-300 in there, so it's a decent size for it. And it's ideal with changing rooms. It's got 3 or 4 different rooms, so it's spot on for us. Yeah, I mean, we've been there for quite a few years now, and it seems to do well.
So as I said to Shane, I came to catch up with you to find out about life after boxing.
Yeah.
But it's not true, because there's no life after boxing, it's just even more boxing.
That's it, yeah, there is no life after boxing. You just, once you're in it, you're always in it, aren't you? Yeah, you never leave it.
And again, like I just said, what a fantastic atmosphere, and it was so nice to see Carl Ince down there, like I say, Chris Jono, these are all you know, they're friends for life, aren't they?
Yeah, of course, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like your second family. I mean, you've been through blood, sweat, and tears with them, and it's like your second family.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be like that.
Well, like I say,
they're all great people. So.
I'm so happy I come down because, like I say, well, personally, no, I'm not really, because it's shamed me, because I think I'm going to have to go home and tidy up. But it's a beautiful place.
Oh, cheers, mate.
And I look forward to you. Like I say, I'm going to film the championships this year, so hopefully I'll be chatting to you down at those shows.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully you produce a few more Northwest champions and even go on. Have you produced any national champions yet?
We had a young kid last year, national champion, yeah. He won schoolboys, got the golden gloves. Like I say, I had two got to semi-finals and just fell short there. But like I say, even though we've been here 11 years, we're a relatively young club, and our catchment area is not massive, being in a small village. But you just got the ones that come in, just do your best with them.
Tell you that though, there was a big catchment because there was kids down here from Blackpool.
Yeah, well that's it. Yeah, if obviously they get wind that you're doing well, and obviously you teach them right and stuff like that, then they'll come from wherever. We do, yeah. They come from Blackpool 3 times a week. Yeah.
Well, like I say, it was a great night. I think I picked the right night to come, and it was good to see some great old faces, mate. And hopefully I'll see you a little bit more often.
Yeah,
and maybe in another 18 months I might see you on the VIP shows.
Yeah, well, more than likely, mate, definitely.
Right,
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming, Lee.
No, my pleasure, mate. Really enjoyed myself today, so thank you very much. And hopefully I'll bump into you next weekend, mate. Oh
yeah,
no, you're going to be there.
Sunday. I'll be there watching this Sunday.
I'll see you.
Doing a bit of homework, and then I'll be there. They'll be fighting next Sunday. Yeah.
The 147 club in Wharton, isn't it?
Club, yeah. Just
where it's going to be the quarterfinals for the youth.
Quarterfinals for youth championships, yeah.
Right, I'll see you down there, mate. Take care.
Mate.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.